Alright, so I'm making this video even though I really had no interest in making this video. And as much as I want to say I'm going to keep this short and sweet, it's probably going to wind up not being short and sweet. And I don't always do post-fight videos, and I really wasn't going to do a post-fight video on this at all. But after the absolutely embarrassingly pathetic fucking posts that I'm seeing from people, and even text messages that I'm getting from people, I have to come on here and address this because there's so many fucking things to say. So, first of all, let me say this, and you can go back and watch my pre-fight video if you don't believe me. I knew exactly what this shit was going to look like. Exactly what this shit was going to look like. First of all, we're fucking completely disregarding the Mario Barrios versus Ramos fight, which was a great fucking fight. Nobody's saying shit about that fight. We're disregarding the fucking Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano fight, which not only was a good fight, but was an astonishing display of willpower from Amanda Serrano. I mean, from both of them, really, but that cut on Amanda's eye was absolutely ridiculous. Now, this is the second or third time this year that I've seen this happen that I want to address really quickly. That Tim Tszyu fight should have been stopped, and the Amanda Serrano-Katie Taylor fight should have been stopped. I don't know at what point. I've seen people have little cuts on their eyelids and it gets stopped because the doctor says that either blood's going in their eye or, you know, their vision is impaired. Bro, her fucking eyelid was hanging over her eye. Her eyelid was about fucking 30 seconds away from falling off of her fucking face. She obviously couldn't see out of that eye, if nothing else, just based on her eyelid fucking hanging off. Second of all, the cut is from here to here. Her entire fucking eyebrow is split open. You can almost see her fucking bone in her eye. Blood's obviously going in there. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to get into the specifics of this, but I am telling you that I've seen fights be stopped before because of maybe the bone almost being visible or the cut being too big or too deep or in a bad spot, or them not being able to see, which leads to them not being able to defend themselves properly, or blood getting in the eye. All of these things are reasons to stop the fight. So, to me, the fight should have been stopped by the doctor. I think it's ridiculous that they even asked Amanda Serrano to continue with that, especially since we knew the cuts came from headbutts and we were past 4 rounds already. So, at that point, just stop the fight and score the fight. And then you guys been talking about a third fight before the second one even started. Right? So it's not like, oh, but then whatever. No, but then nothing. She got her fucking eye smashed open. She can't see. And we're going to come back and do it again, which we're probably going to do anyway. So it didn't matter. Ridiculous that they asked her to fight through that. Now, I didn't really think Amanda Serrano won. I know a lot of people are, arguing about that decision. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it again because I thought Katie Taylor won the fight. But I was at home for my 40th birthday. My kids were wilding out and stuff like that. So there's a possibility that maybe I'm getting that wrong. The punch stat numbers just didn't look right to me. I thought Katie was landing a lot of good combinations and moving. I thought after the cut, Amanda was kind of just walking forward and winging shots, trying to just knock Katie out, trying to get the fight to end because she knew her eye was bad. I think if that didn't happen with Amanda's eye, she would have won the fight. But from what I saw, Katie won the fight, so I didn't think there was anything wrong with that decision. But that's not what I'm on this video about. So let's not get caught up in that. The reason that I even brought that up is to say that I got exactly what I was hoping for out of that card. And listen, I have not paid for a fight since Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder won. When that shit happened, I was like, I'm not paying for fucking fights anymore because that decision was trash. That was an easy win for Tyson Fury. Wilder won maybe 3 rounds and got the 2 extra points with the knockdown. So there was no way that fight should have been a draw. And that was the end of me paying for any pay-per-views or anything like that. I have Netflix. I already had Netflix. So I was watching the fight regardless, the same way if my neighbors start fighting outside right now. I'm going to peek my head out the window and watch. It's just what I do. I told you guys in the last fucking video, Mike is 58 years old, bro. You're 58 years old, bro. Like, if I wasn't 40 and I wasn't falling apart, I would say I stand somewhat of a chance in a boxing match against Mike Tyson. Not because I'm amazing, but because Mike Tyson is almost a senior fucking citizen, bro. Like, this shit is wild to me. Like, I told you guys this was going to happen. Mike Tyson at 58 years old has absolutely no fucking shot at beating Jake Paul in a fight. And if you ask really anybody that knows anything about boxing, they knew this. They knew this. Some people were trying to hold, oh, but it's Mike Tyson. But it's a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, bro. Come on, like, seriously. Now, let me be clear, bro. You don't sit here and disrespect a legend. This man came from fucking nothing, bro. This man grew up in Brownsville, Brooklyn in the fucking 70s and shit. In the 70s and 80s. Terrible, terrible neighborhood. Went through terrible things. Got his fucking bird's head ripped off as a kid. Got into a fight in and out of fucking juvie his whole life. Winds up, seeing some people when he's in juvie, getting busted up and smiling and, oh, what the hell's going on in there? And that's how he wound up boxing and shit, right? So the man goes from fucking nothing to being the baddest man on the planet, #1 fighter, pound for pound, youngest heavyweight champion of all time, all this shit. And here come you guys accusing this fucking man of throwing a fight. It's garbage, bro. It's fucking trash, and you should never tarnish a legend like that. Nobody threw a fucking fight. There was no fixed fight, bro. What there was there was a big, strong 27, 28-year-old kid who's been boxing for 6 years now, who's been working his fucking ass off, getting in the ring with a 58-year-old man who's almost a fucking senior citizen who just a couple of months ago had a fucking severe stomach ulcer that almost killed him. He had to get blood transfusions and everything else. The guy's been seen with a knee brace on. The guy's been seen in a wheelchair. He eats shrooms all the time. He smokes weed all the time. And I'm not saying those things are bad, because I'm a big advocate for a lot of those things. But these are not the way that boxers treat their body, bro. And you're 58 years old with a knee brace in a wheelchair, eating shrooms, smoking weed, all this type of shit. Bro, whoever the fuck thought that Mike Tyson was winning that fight and really thought that, like, Mike Tyson was really gonna win the fight, you're fucking retarded. Honestly, you're either fucking mentally handicapped, you don't understand the sport of boxing, or you just don't understand human anatomy, physics, or biology, because it's really not a difficult thing, right? What if I go fight Roberto Duran when Roberto Duran's 80 years old? Bro, he's not beating me in a fucking fight if I'm 28 years old. Are you guys fucking sick? Are you serious? You understand that there's a reason why people retire at 40 years old, right? Not 45, not 50, not 55, not 58, not 60. Like, let's be real, bro. Come on, this shit is wild. And what's crazy to me is it's always the fucking people that have no idea. See, here's the thing. For the people who are confused, I genuinely feel for you. I feel bad for you. When people that don't really understand boxing, like, oh man, was this just a cash grab? Was this staged? The thing is, bro, there could always be agreements in fights, right? Especially when you have a fucking guy who's almost 60 years old getting into a ring. Sure, there could have been some sort of agreement. Listen, Jake, we're not going to fucking throw any giant haymakers at this guy. He's 60 years old. If he really hurt you when you're in trouble, you do what you got to do to get out of trouble. But we're not going to come out and just tee off on this guy. Whatever the fuck it may be. You guys are absolutely, retardedly, pathetically delusional if you think Mike Tyson could have smashed Jake Paul and threw that fight. Like, bro, honestly, switch to a different sport. You don't understand this sport. And if you really thought that that's what was going to happen, or you really genuinely are running around talking about this fight was fixed, you guys are stupid, anybody could see this fight was fixed. Bro, you are so pathetic, it's unfucking believable. It really is. You've probably never boxed. You probably don't have any friends that are professional boxers. You probably don't have any friends or relatives that are professional boxing trainers or judges or referees or any of this shit. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You probably have very, very little athletic skill. I don't care what fucking men's league you play in that you're fucking decent in or whatever it is. You're garbage, bro. You're a garbage athlete, and you're sitting there talking about one of the greatest fighters of all time, who worked his way from the fucking slums all the way up to being the #1 pound-for-pound fighter of all time. You're sitting there talking about this man through a fucking fight. He's already a fucking millionaire. He doesn't need any of this shit. He did it because the dude's a fucking savage, bro. Listen, of course he did it for the payday, right? But you're out of your fucking mind, bro, if you think that Tyson was like, oh, I'm going to take this payday and throw this fight. Come on, bro. Like, seriously, wake the fuck up, man. These are the people that I'm annoyed at that are running around saying this shit. You're talking about some half-jab hook thing that Tyson landed that Jake lost his fucking balance from. First of all, Jake ate that shot. Second of all, it wasn't even a clean shot. Jake got caught taking a step and got caught off balance. We've seen this happen to him before with other people. Like, I don't know, man. I really question. I'm like, is there something wrong with you people? Like, honestly, I'm being like a genuine question. Is there something wrong with you? Do you genuinely just not understand the sport that badly that you can't even see what's going on? Do you not understand that there was an old man in that ring? And I'm not talking about an old man for boxing standards. I'm talking about an actual old man, bro. There was an actual old man in the boxing ring against another 28-year-old professional boxer. You didn't see halfway through that fight that Tyson had absolutely not. See, that's the thing. You've never been in a ring and you don't get it. You don't understand when you're a warrior and you don't want to quit and you don't really have anything to give, but you also know in a certain sense how to survive, right? I talk about this all the time. Some people go into fights. They don't go into the fight to win. They go into the fight to not get knocked out. You have to understand, bro, 3rd, 4th round, Mike Tyson was fighting not to get knocked out. And let's be fucking clear. And I want to say this, not that he's going to see this video. Thank you, Jake Paul. Thank you, Jake Paul, for not absolutely slaughtering Mike Tyson. Because if there's anybody out there that doesn't see that Mike Tyson was completely fucking toast after the 3rd round or whatever the case is, because he's almost 60 fucking years old and because he had a health scare earlier this year, and Jake Paul could have stepped on that gas pedal and ended him really terribly and violently, again, bro, you are fucking retarded. And I beg you, just stop watching boxing. For these fucking idiots, for these unathletic fucking morons who run around talking about this was fixed, you don't know what you're talking about, you're stupid. You're a fucking pussy, bro. Honestly, you're an absolute pussy. You're really fucking idiotic, and I really wish people like you would stop doing what the fuck they're doing. It's really embarrassing. To the people who aren't running around acting like that and are actually genuinely confused and don't know what to think, let me clarify it for you, bro. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson in his prime doesn't go past the 1st round. Mike Tyson ends him quickly and savagely, okay? I don't give a fuck how many minutes the rounds are. I don't give a fuck how much the gloves weigh. I don't give a fuck how many rounds there are. A 28-year-old Jake Paul murders a 58-year-old Mike Tyson 100% of the time if they're really fighting hard, and Jake Paul wasn't really fighting hard. Let's be fucking serious. So, again, bro, I don't want to go on a fucking half-hour tangent, though I really could. But I'm talking to the people that are running around on social media, sharing videos, disrespecting a fucking legend, and the idiots texting me and shit like they know what they're talking about. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about. You've never been involved in any professional sport in your life in any way, shape, or form. You can't even fathom what's going on. That's how fucking lost you are. That you got to actually come up with these little conspiracy theory things because you're fucking idiotic, unathletic, unintelligent brain can't even actually comprehend what's going on. So, please, just stay away from me with that nonsense. And I'm going to tell you this. If you're watching this video and you disagree with what I'm saying, I don't give a fuck because you're wrong. It just is what it is. So if you're going to comment on this video talking about the fight was fixed or Mike Tyson threw the fight, before you even waste your time typing out the comment, I'm going to save you a lot of time. Just pick the clown emoji and just post the fucking clown emoji, because that's what you are. I hope I clarified this with people that had a hard time. If you're one of these fucking people running around like you know what you're talking about and you got like 1% of an ounce of athletic ability in your fucking body and you've never came anywhere near a professional sport or a professional athlete or anything like that, just keep your fucking mouth shut, bro. You're really pathetic, honestly. Peace.